One of the key things when you answer the question, what do you do for a living, is to not just give a person some sort of clinical or robotic answer. Because ultimately, while they do want the answer to that question, what they really appreciate is when they feel like they can connect with you. That when you're actually giving them a sense of why this means so much to you. So one of the key things that Brooke and I highlight when you answer the question, what do you do for a living, is that once you share that briefly, that you also share why are you passionate, or why does it matter, or why did you choose to serve that kind of client? This is ultimately what forges a connection.
What to avoid when you're answering the question, what do you do for a living, is what is so often heard. Number one, people rarely answer the question, what do you do? They begin typically to describe their titles or their education or their designations, which again is maybe the definition of you as a full professional, but it's not the answer to the question, what do you do for a living? In addition, what we've heard for many years is professionals that share what they do, and then they begin enumerating the benefits of that to the end user. And that piece right there, when you begin to share the benefits to the end user, is where it begins to feel a little bit commercial, a little bit off-putting, and even potentially like the individual listening to you couldn't figure that out for themselves, which is not always endearing. So I think what's so important is when your value proposition truly states something that aligns with your purpose, there are many things that we see as mistakes that you avoid because you're so clearly focused on that which is aligned with your purpose. It begins to have you avoid some of the very easy mistakes that come up when someone is more fishing for information or something clever to say.
I do find that every now and then I'll be in a conversation and ask someone that question and they'll genuinely answer it. And it's interesting that the people where they're most memorable for me are the people who are authentic. Mm-hmm. And out of that authenticity, I myself feel moved and inspired.
For those of you that may find it challenging to arrive at that answer, despite what you may have heard here that you find valuable or in other places that you found valuable, one of the best practices that I inspire our clients around is to ask your very best clients what it is that you do for them that means the most to them, without putting anything into that conversation. In other words, without leading the witness, without assuming anything, just giving them the genuine opportunity to tell you what it is that you provide that means the very most to them as a client. What they share has almost one for one come back as the most valuable, meaningful answers that now our clients share when they're asked, what do you do for a living?
When people ask us, what do we do for a living? What we share is that we have a profound commitment to people being able to access more of their potential. That ultimately our goal is not just to have people achieve higher levels of productivity and higher levels of business success, but that they also are able to simultaneously with that achieve higher life balance and actually have a profound commitment, engagement with their family. Mm-hmm. And for us, that actually means a lot to us because what's very central about our lives is family. Mm-hmm. So it's not just something to say, it's really who we are. And we believe that when we help you to achieve more of your potential, you also get to spend more time at home with the people who care about you and who you care about. Mm-hmm. We hope that this gives you some food for thought as you answer the question, what do you do for a living?